Thank you, Shanine. Alright, there's your objective. Copy it down for me. Shana, can you read that objective for me?
Mm-hmm. I can write and graph linear equation using slope-intercept form.
Okay, so we've been working on how to find slope intercept last couple of days. Now we're going to use a graph and be able to graph from our equation. Okay, so we're going to kind of expand out of what we've been doing. Anyone need any more time? Alright, so we're kind of working backwards from what we solved our equation. Now we're going to be able to plot these points. So, our equation is y equals 2x minus 1. Okay, so it's giving us some information that we can use to graph. Alright, when we're graphing, instead of using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to find slope, what's another way we can use slope when we're graphing? Starts with an R. Something over something.
Rise over run.
Rise over run. Very good. Okay, and that's how you're going to be able to figure out from that point. So, looking at the information that we're given right now, we can plot what point?
One point. I mean, the x point. See, because.
Well, so our equation is y equals mx plus b,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we got our slope, and then b is our what?
Y-intercept.
Our y-intercept. So in our equation that we have right here, what is our y-intercept?
1. Negative 1 or 1?
No,
Which one?
It's -1.
It's negative 1.
Oh.
Okay? So, can we plot that point right now?
Mhm.
Yes. No. Yes.
We can plot it.
But
So-
you don't cross the y point though.
What do you mean?
The x, y, x. What? I'm confusing myself.
The y-intercept is just where your line is going to cross the y-axis. Okay? The y-axis is our vertical line. Okay? X-axis goes straight across. So Jalen, where am I going to plot -1?
On the y,
So I need to, so if I start at 0, 0, where am I going to go?
down 1. Negative 1. You say negative 1.
Mm-hmm.
Down 1.
Now we said we could use our slope to figure out how to plot a couple more points so that we can draw our line. Okay? Our slope is what? Say it louder.
2.
It's 2. Okay? Now, in order to rise over run, that's a fraction. 2 isn't in a fraction form right now. So how could we write 2 as a fraction? Jalen? 2 over 1 or 2 divided by 1. Okay? And that 2 we just talked about was our what? Was our rise.
Right.
And then 1 is our
Run.
run. Okay? So our rise is telling us whether we're going up or down. and then our run is going left or right. Is this positive or negative slope?
Negative.
Or other than spot.
It's a positive slope. So are we gonna go, we wanna go up or down from our spot we're at right now?
Well,
Or we're gonna go up how many spots?
2. No, hold on. 3. To 2? What are you trying to get?
So we just said that our slope was, you just said it was 2 over 1, right? So our rise is gonna be how many spots?
1.
Gonna be 2. It's 2 over 1. So this is really 2x is the same thing as 2 over 1 x. And our rise is gonna be 2 over 1. Okay? So that's our starting point. We're gonna go up 2. And we're not done right there yet. We gotta go where from there? We're gonna go to the right one. So we go up 2 spots, and we go right there and we plot our next point. When you're doing these types of graphs, you really want to plot at least 3 points, so that your line will be more accurate that way. Alright? So you're gonna use the same slope that you just used, the 2 over 1, we need to plot another point. So we're right here right now. So we need to go what? Shadanika.
We need to go over 1.
Our rise was what?
2.
2.
So we need to go
2.
up 2 and then it's going to be at 3, but then we got to go where after that? We go up 2 and then
Over 1.
over 1. And then you can plot your. Then you can connect your dots to that point. So anytime that you're given an equation, where it's in slope-intercept form to begin with, your first dot that you're plotting is your what?
Right.
Your y-intercept.
Right.
Okay? So once you plot that y-intercept, you then look at your slope and you use rise over run to be able to plot your next set of points. Anyone need any more clarification about that? If we try another one.
No.
Try another one. Alright, so draw yourself a little graph. Doesn't need to be big. And you don't need to have all the little grid lines in there, so just draw your axes and then list up to like 6. So our equation is y equals 3x plus 3. Today's. What's the first bit of information that I can pull up that I can use right now? That I can plot?
The 3.
Okay? And that's going to be on what axis?
The X. I mean the Y.
The y. Okay? So if I'm starting at 0, 0, how am I going to plot 3?
Go up 3 spaces.
Plot 3. Good. Shanita, what's my slope? So in our equation, where are we looking to find our slope? We look to find it in front of what variable? So it's in front of what variable? Darius, you want to help her out?
3x. That's the slope.
X is one of our points, so it's what's in front of,
The 3.
so it's just the 3.
Ah.
That's what M is, okay? So it doesn't have the variable attached to it. Okay, so our slope is 3. Now, we talked about in the last one that it's a fraction that we need to do rise over run. So how would I make 3 into a fraction?
3 over 3.
What did we do on the last one? We had 2x. So it was what? Our rise was
2.
was 2, and our run was
1.
1. So if we have 3x, our rise is going to be
3 over 1.
3 over 1. So rise over run, and then we have 3 over 1. So it was only slightly different of a graph than what we had from the last one. So Jalen, if I'm starting at 3, I need to go where from there?
Over 1.
Well, I'm starting at 3, so I haven't done my rise yet.
Over 3.
Go up 3 and then what?
Then go over 1.
Sit down and go up with the next one.
And then, you go over 1. So that's gonna be right there by the,
Did we do our rise yet?
yeah,
Well, so we're already right here, so now we gotta go where?
oh, up 1, I mean.
What's our rise?
3, we go up 3,
And then we go
over 1.
over 1. So thinking about the types of slope that we have, is there's 4 different types of slope. There's zero slope and undefined slope, which are just straight lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, what are the other 2? There's zero and undefined.
And is it, oh, it says 0 undefined.
And then there's one that starts with a P, one that starts with an N.
Positive and negative.
Positive and negative. So right now our slope is positive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going up. Do you think we'll ever get negative slope?
Yeah, like,
You don't think so? I was trying to.
yep.
Alright, so draw another coordinate plane. They don't need to be big. pay for it? Make it work. Alright, so our equation is y equals negative 3x minus 2. So we're given the same information, the only difference is that our slope is now
Negative.
it's negative. So it's going to adjust kind of the way that our line looks. My first dot should go where?
Negative 2.
No, that's just 2.
Right. Tyrone, what do you think? You're right, it's one of them. So negative 3 is our what? It's our slope. Okay? So the first thing we can plot is our y-intercept. So really, Tyrone, it should be negative 2. Where am I going to plot that? So am I going to up or down? Alright, negative 2. Now, normally we've been going up and to the right to do a positive slope. So we're going to go, you can go down and go to the left. You sure?
Yeah.
How about this? We still go up, but instead of going to the right, we should go. We're still going to go up, but we're going to, instead of going to the right, we're going to go, we're going to go left. Okay? So before you get to that point, our slope we said was negative 3. In order to make it into a fraction, it's going to be what?
Negative 3 or 1.
Negative 3 over 1 is our slope. So that's our rise over run.
I got a question. Is that a run or always gonna be 1?
No, that's a good question though. So John, that's a good question. It's not always going to be 1. When you have a whole number like that, it will be, but there are times you're going to get a fraction. It just, we've been nice. And you've gotten it just to be 1. So Jen, we said we're going to do what this time? Instead of going up and to the right, we're going,
Down to the left.
we're still going up, but we're going.
Down. Left.
Yeah. So if we go up, how many spots, Jen?
1. No. Yeah, negative 3. 3 times.
We go up 3, so we're up here, and then we got to go to the left 1. And then we're just going to do that a second time, so 1. Wow. Derek?
So, y'all did 3 twice.
What do you mean? Well, we had. Where do you see the second time? I mean, we did it each time to plot a new point. We did 3.
Why you do 3 positive, 3 negative like that? It kind of seems like you do 3 positive, 3 negative, you go up, but then you start down.
Well, really, all it is you're moving up 3, and the negative is going to tell you that you're going to go left or right on your line, and that's how you know. So, pretty much, your negative slope is going to be a downward slanting slope. Okay, so it's going to be bigger, and then you're going to get smaller. Whereas the ones that we just did before this one, we started lower and we were building up. So we had a positive slope. Okay?
So I want to do it twice because you got the rising one and then you got the intercept, up in the problem. So I do it that many times since you got it twice.
I'm not sure what you're asking me.
I gotta do my question straight from
I mean, I rewrote -3/1 into a fraction to show you what the slope is in rise over run form. So it's still -3x. It's still that -3.
First, I started from right there, from what's this, -2, and then went up 3, went over 1, and then I went up 3 again, and then went over 1 again.
So so your slope stays the same.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta plot at least 3 points, and then that's how you can draw your line from that.
Okay.
Okay? Does that clarify for you, Tyrone? Or not? Okay.
Yes. Hello?
Try one more.
Yes.
Depending on how you drew your graph, you probably could use the same graph again.
Mhm.
You're slightly at a different set of points. So our y-intercept is what?
-4.
5.
5.
It's 5,
I said that
which would make our slope what?
-4.
And that would be as a fraction, it would be what?
It would be
-4, 1.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's our slope. Darius, where am I going to plot my y-intercept?
It's a 5.
At 5. Positive or negative?
Positive. What we still do?
So Shadanika, I need to go where in this
Up
point?
5
Up.
to the 10. What?
Ah. So you go down. So you need to go down.
So my rise is what?
1.
-1. I mean, -4, I mean, my.
Hold on. So if it says it's a -4, don't you go down?
You can go down, you're just going to, it'll take you to the right instead of going down into
So you go over one.
So you go up negative.
You go up how many?
4.
4. And then we're going to go,
But you're gonna go to the left though, because
Mhm.
it's negative.
Oh, if it wasn't no negative, it would have went to the right.
right.
Okay, I get it.
There you go. Ooh, you can't go? No.
Okay, so now what? So we got to kind of think of it backwards. So instead we're going to go down and then which direction?
To the right.
To the right.
To the right.
And then go on.
This one was easy. I get it now.
Kind of.
So when you get your slope-intercept form, you're always given your y-intercept and you're given
And
your
the slope.
slope.
But why did you go way down though? Because they want no more points to.
Right.
Okay.
So when you run that at the top, so that means you just gotta go down to the bottom. Okay.
I mean, unless you wanted to make your graph a lot bigger, but it's not really necessary to do that. So you can just use what's already there and just go down with it. Okay, and if you had gone down and to the left, you really wouldn't have been able to connect your points in a diagonal line.
So you start
Okay.
this, you always supposed to start with the vague numbers?
Yes.
So you try to start at a different number, that way you have room at the top, or you gotta start with the exact number to keep it in.
If you know that you got a bigger number, you still got to start, but you can maybe count by, instead of 1s, you can count by 2s or 3s, and it'll give yourself a little bit more space.
Mhm.
Alright, in your textbooks, page 3 times, 37 through 47, and we're going to do the odd ones this time. So what you're going to do is they're going to give you your slope, and your equation slope-intercept form, and then you need to create a graph where you plot your first point, your slope-intercept, and then 2 more points. So, you got a favorite form?
Them a lot of questions, Mr. Taylor.